Did our ancient ape ancestors live a better life than us modern humans? Some may argue that getting chased down and eaten alive by a saber-toothed cat isn't very pleasant. Others will argue that the invention of agriculture has only led the human race to more complications. So this in turn created division of labor, which has made specific roles and duties among those participating in a society. This eventually breeds consequences in controlled human behavior, which we will get into more later. 90% of human history has taken place in the Stone Age. The small remainder of history is recorded with the invention of writing and civilization. It's insane how fast humans have spread across the globe and out of the blue developed civilization. This happened only 12,000 years ago. To give you a bit of an idea, like a broad picture of everything, our species has only been on Earth since 300,000 years ago. That's not a long time. Our genus Homo goes back to 2.8 million years ago. This is also how long the Stone Age lasted and eventually ended 5,000 years ago when humans began working with metal tools instead. If you think about it, in the grand scheme of our time on Earth, this all happened in a blink of an eye. We evolved freaky fast. To give a little bit more background, Protohumans before our genus Homo existed goes back a few million years ago. We shared a common ancestor with chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and bonobos. This evolutionary branch diverged roughly 10 million years ago. Did you know that humans and chimps share 98.8% of their DNA? Same goes for gorillas. These caged furry fellas are our cousins and comrades. So there's always been this common misperception of evolution that creationists will argue about. They will say, well, if we come from monkeys, then why is there still monkeys? Well, humans are not descended from monkeys. We just share a common ancestor. We have very similar characteristics and traits that classify us as mammals and primates. Anyways, sorry for getting off topic. I needed to rant and explain a little bit. Felt cute. Might delete later. Well, what if I don't want to go back to monkey? Life was filthy, miserable, brutal, and hard. Well, back in the good old days, we woke up under a tree with the sunrise, ate some fruits and nuts, humped around a bit, lived a physically active lifestyle, and went to sleep. Basically, eat, sleep, shit, repeat. Honestly, what more do you want? No, must consume more. Guys, meet Uba. Uba is a Australopithecine or Homo habilis man. He is a very content, happy ape living in the savannah of Africa. His only worry are predators nearby. The happy ape ate a plant diet that included leaves, fruit, seeds, roots, nuts, and insects. Our boy Uba lived a pretty simple life, one with no worry of tomorrow. Uba lived in the moment, one with nature, and was a product participating in the ecosystem and food chain. He did not destroy nature, he went with her unpredictable flow. Now, let's picture a different scenario. Let's say our happy, content hominin Uba time traveled to our modern day era. Just teleported. Bloop! They would certainly see a very different world, one that is alien to them, basically a different planet and timeline, one that has gone completely wrong, one that is beyond of their understanding. They would look around the city confused, overstimulated, and panicked. Instead of huge megafauna and trees, they see skyscrapers and vehicles. Instead of giant vultures and eagles that preyed on them, they see in the sky large quote-unquote birds that didn't flap their wings and made loud, overwhelming noises when they flew over their heads. Instead of animals and plants, they see an abundance of people overcrowding, walking with strange clothing, skin colors, and less body hair, while also staring at strange small devices in their hands. Is this even the same planet? Then they would die from being hit by a car because they didn't know that the strange green light on the road meant go. Or the zookeeper placed them in a zoo cage for only his modern descendants to be entertained. Nowadays, we are so disconnected from nature. The average Joe Schmo lacks knowledge about the natural world around him. We are glued to our electronic devices, be it TV, phones, and computers. We rely on screen technology for literally everything: school, work, communicating, and our own entertainment. We are experiencing a mental health crisis. Depression and anxiety are at an all-time high. People are addicted to drugs and alcohol, so people suck it up and work at jobs they hate, working many hours to meet living requirements. Rent and bills, prices keep going up, debt accumulates. Since we live in a fast-paced hustle and grind culture, we lack free time and everything is just go, go, go. We rely on convenience. We no longer hunt and gather our own food and necessities. We have McDonald's drive-thru and the supermarket down the street for that. Eviction and homelessness is on the rise. Poverty is a global issue. The wealth gap is increasing. The rich are getting richer. Factories are melting the planet, etc. Should I keep going? All of these complex problems are man-made. This is the price we pay for the progress of civilization. I think we need to take a step back because our ape brains are designed to eat berries and sleep in a cave. We are not built for this kind of pressure. Let's be more like Uba and live a more simplistic life, one that's aligned with the natural world. It's easy to forget that we are still animals ourselves. We are mammals. We are primates, since we have long removed ourselves from the natural environment and ecosystem. Sure, life then may have been more dangerous, right? But I can guarantee they had more freedom than you. They were healthier and much happier. They lived day by day in the moment, with no worry of tomorrow. They lived off the landscape and with nothing more than that. No money, no debt, no rent. No jails, no cages, none of these complex stressors, just their instinct to live, as nature intended it to be. Go ahead, don't be afraid. Go, take his hand. Uba will show you the way. Let me know in the comments below, do you take his hand or not? Why? Yes, and why not?